Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 2, shlok number 48. Om Agyan Timirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Suayam Rupam Kadamayam ददाति स्वपदांतिका। मैं घोर अंधकार में उत्पन्न हुआ था और मेरे गुरु ने अपने ज्ञान रूपी प्रकाश से मेरी आंखें खोल दी। मैं उन्हें सादर दंडवत प्रणाम करती हूँ। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णवों की जय। हरे कृष्णा। भगवद गीता के दूसरे अध्याय में हम बुद्धि योग समझ रहे हैं। बुद्धि योग अर्थात भक्ति योग। योग का अर्थ है जुड़ना और भक्ति योग अर्थात भक्ति द्वारा कृष्ण से जुड़ना। कृष्ण अर्जुन के मित्र और गुरु दोनों हैं। कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को सबसे पहले व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि अर्थात गुरु में पूर्ण श्रद्धा रखते हुए गुरु के बताए मार्ग पर चलने को कहा। फिर कृष्ण ने कहा कि अर्जुन, तुम वेदों में बताए गए कर्म कांड मार्ग जिसमें देवी देवताओं की पूजा के विषय में बताया है उसे मत करो। तुम तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ मेरी ही प्रसन्नता के लिए अपने सभी कर्म करो। भगवान ने अर्जुन को वेदों में बताए गए कर्म कांड मार्ग को अपनाने के लिए मना किया, क्योंकि सांसारिक इच्छाओं की पूर्ति या इंद्रिय तृप्ति से मनुष्य का मन सदा ही अशांत रहता है और अशांत हृदय से वह कभी भी कृष्ण भक्ति नहीं कर सकेगा, जो कि मनुष्य जीवन का एकमात्र लक्ष्य है। फिर कृष्ण ने कहा कि वेदों में बताए गए देवी देवताओं की पूजा गांवों में अनेकों कुओं के समान है, जो कि सीमित है, और उसी स्थान पर कृष्ण भक्ति नदी के समान है, जो कि असीमित है। और एक बार कृष्ण भक्ति कर लिया तो कुछ और करने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं रह जाती। फिर कृष्ण अर्जुन से कहते हैं, कर्मणि एव अधिकारस्त मा फलेषु कदाचन। अर्जुन, तुम तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपना कर्म करो और फल की इच्छा मत करो। तुम्हारा सिर्फ कर्म पर अधिकार है और तुम फल के दाता नहीं हो। अब अर्जुन ने सोचा कि जब फल मेरे वश में नहीं है तो मैं कर्म भी क्यों करूं? हम में से अधिकांश लोग भी तो ऐसा ही सोचते हैं, जो कर्म फल को ही देखकर कार्य करते हैं। श्री कृष्ण तो अंतर्यामी हैं और उन्होंने तुरंत ही अर्जुन के मन को पढ़ लिया और कहा कि ऐसा नहीं है कि तुमको फल नहीं मिलेगा, फल तुम्हें जरूर मिलेगा, मैं तुम्हें फल दूंगा। जैसे हम आम या अमरूद का पेड़ लगा सकते हैं, पानी डालना, खाद डालना हमारा कर्म है, लेकिन उसमें फल लगाना हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, वो तो कृष्ण ही देते हैं। इसलिए अर्जुन के माध्यम से भगवान हमें अपने कर्म को करने के लिए कह रहे हैं। कभी कभी कुछ व्यक्ति ऐसा भी सोचते हैं कि जब फल हमारे हाथ में है ही नहीं तो मैं कर्म भी क्यों करूं। और ऐसे व्यक्ति अगर सिर्फ बैठे हैं तो वो बैठने का कर्म कर रहे हैं, या सो रहे हैं तो वो सोने का कर्म कर रहे हैं। तो यह स्पष्ट है कि हर कोई कर्म कर रहा है, तो क्यों न हम भगवान के अनुसार कर्म करें और कर्म न करने से कभी भी आसक्त ना हो, क्योंकि ये तो पाप है। अब आइए श्लोक नंबर 48 में भगवान क्या कह रहे हैं अर्जुन से देखते हैं। योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि संघं त्यक्त्वा धनंजय सिद्धयो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते। योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा धनंजय सिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते। भगवान ने अर्जुन को इस श्लोक में धनंजय कहकर संबोधित किया। धनंजय का अर्थ है धन को जीतने वाला। भगवान ने कहा, हे धनंजय, तुम जय अथवा पराजय की समस्त आसक्ति को त्याग कर समभाव से अपना कर्म करो। ऐसी समभाव या समता योग कहलाती है। This process is the correct definition of yoga or meditation because it is told by Sri Krishna himself. In shlok number 38 of chapter number 2, Sri Krishna says the same thing. Sukha dukhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo, which means whether in happiness or sorrow, profit or loss, success or failure, Arjun, you just do your allotted work without thinking about anything else. And when Krishna is saying it and is repeating it, so we need to realize the importance of this shlok in our life. Srila Prabhupada is explaining to us in his purport that Krishna tells Arjun that he should do his work in yoga. Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. Senses are like monkeys, always jumping from one thing to another and are never satisfied. And Krishna advised Arjun to fix his mind on the Supreme. Srila Prabhupada says that Supreme is only and only Sri Krishna, who is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Omnipotent means the ultimate powerful. Omniscient means the knower of the past, present, and future of every living entity, from an ant to an elephant. And omnipresent means he is present everywhere at all times. And when Sri Krishna is saying himself, Arjun, you fight, then why should Arjun think about the result? Gain or loss is Krishna's concern and not Arjun's. He has to simply carry out the orders of Sri Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says that by following the dictations of Sri Krishna is the real yoga, and this is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means the knowledge or awareness that Sri Krishna is the only proprietor of the entire creation. And with this knowledge, we lose the sense of our proprietorship and have the correct knowledge that I am the servant of Krishna, or the servant of Krishna. Jiver Swarup Nitya Krishna Das. For example, any part of the body has no value when it is separated from the main body, and all the parts like eyes, ears, nose, hands, legs are all working for the stomach. And by working nicely for the stomach, every body part is healthy and happy. In the same way, we being the part and parcel of Sri Krishna can become happy only by serving Sri Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada has given us the simplest way to serve Sri Krishna by following the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illegal relationship, and simply do 16 rounds of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada says that in Bhagavad Gita chapter number 7, shlok number 16, Shri Krishna says that 4 kinds of pious people come to him. Arto, Jigyaso, Artharthi, Jnani. Arto means one who is in pain and sorrow. Jigyasu means one who is inquisitive to know about Krishna. Artharthi means one who wants wealth, and Jnani means one who knows everything as it is. Srila Prabhupada appreciates all these people as they at least go to Sri Krishna for fulfilling their needs. But Srila Prabhupada says that a Krishna devotee never goes to Krishna to ask for his daily bread and butter, because he has the clear knowledge that the ants or dogs or any other animals or trees do not go to temples and churches to pray to Krishna for their daily bread and butter, but they are all getting food because Krishna is supplying food to everyone. And when Krishna is supplying food to every bird and beast, then why will he not give food to me? And having this knowledge that Krishna is the source of everything and the giver of everything, then one must think that how can I serve Sri Krishna? This is of utmost importance. We must think that how can I serve Sri Krishna? This is true Krishna consciousness, and one who is continuously in the thoughts of Sri Krishna and does everything according to the advice of Sri Krishna is supposed to be in perfect yoga, or is a yogi. Once a journalist asked Srila Prabhupada that he wishes to join Krishna consciousness, but does he have to leave his job? Srila Prabhupada answered, you don't need to leave your job. You just need to leave your bad habits and do the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And the bad habits are meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and having illegal relationships. These 4 bad habits can never do good to any person as an individual or for any society or country. So we just need to leave these 4 bad habits and do the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which automatically cleanses our mind and we become qualified to make progress in Krishna consciousness. Krishna is Yogeshwar, and he himself is giving us the knowledge to how to be connected to him. And this is the true meaning or process of yoga. Yoga means being detached to all the success, failures, and only doing all the actions to please Sri Krishna. This is perfect yoga. Arjun is a Kshatriya and he is following the Varnashram Dharma. And in Vishnu Puran, it is clearly stated that the topmost aim of Varnashram Dharma is to satisfy Vishnu or Krishna and not our senses. I am sure we remember that Arjun was not ready to fight as he was thinking that he will be incurring sins and will go to hell. And then he thought, even if he wins the battle, with whom will he celebrate the victory? So Arjun had been thinking about himself and his pleasures, whereas Vishnu Puran clearly states that we should do our actions to please only and only Sri Krishna. And by doing so, Arjun will be free from all the sins and will not face any punishment because he is fighting with the instructions of Sri Krishna. So, in this shlok, Srila Prabhupada has clearly said that we should do all our karma to please only and only Sri Krishna, and such a person who does nothing for his own happiness and does everything only to make Krishna happy is truly a yogi. Now we might think that what about our happiness? So to understand this, let's take the example of our hand. When the hand works for the stomach and when the stomach is happy, then our hand is also happy and healthy. Similarly, when Sri Krishna is happy, then we being his part and parcel, we automatically become happy. So in this shlok, very clearly, it gives us the true meaning and process of yoga. Krishna has clearly said, Arjun, yogastha kuru karmani, means Arjun, you perform your allotted duty of fighting. Then Krishna says, Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Sangam means attachments. Tyaktva means to leave it. And Dhananjaya means one who has won all the wealth and riches. Krishna says, Dhananjaya, leave all the attachments with the fruits of your actions. This is the meaning of Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya. Then Krishna says, Siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva, which means whether you get success or failure. Siddhi means success and asiddhyo means failure. In both these opposite situations, Arjun, you be samo bhutva, which means you be unaffected by the result of your actions. Shri Krishna said this to Arjun so that Arjun may come out of his doubts, confusions, which creates tension and worries, and may become equipoised or balanced in all situations of success, failure, gain, loss, which means he will become absolutely peaceful, and this is known as Samatvam Yog Uchyate. This stage of Samatvam, which means equal in all situations, lead to Gyan Yoga. And further, it takes us to Bhakti Yoga, which is the ultimate goal in human life. Krishna Bhakti Koile Sab Krit Hoy. It means when a person does all his work having only Sri Krishna in mind, he doesn't need to do anything else. This process of Krishna Bhakti is taught in the Krishna consciousness movement, which was started by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada in 1965. And every word that has been spoken to Arjun by Sri Krishna is actually meant for each one of us. Krishna knows fully well that all of us will be always in tension and anxiety while carrying out our allotted duties. So, out of his deepest love and concern for us, Sri Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, and Srila Prabhupada, being our spiritual father, is explaining to each one of us every word as it was spoken by Sri Krishna. I bow down to Srila Prabhupada for explaining us each and every word as it was spoken by Sri Krishna for our well-being. And I bow down to every listener of mine who take out their valuable time and listen to Sri Krishna. Please do continue blessing me with your comments, and please do not forget to like my videos and share with others. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshtarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda